If you've been thinking about picking up the Sony FX30, let me break down the key features that makes this camera one of the best tools for content creators in 2025. Let's go. All right, so let's start with the sensor, okay? The FX30 uses a Super 35 APS-C sensor. Now, don't let that scare you off, I'm telling you. With the right lens, like a 30mm or something Sigma 1835, you get beautiful depth of field and the cinematic look everybody's chasing at a fraction of the full frame cost. I'm telling you, me, myself, I'm a fan of pairing up this with the 28 to 75 Tamron, and it does me great. Now, that's not this. I'm actually using it right now on the A7 IV, but truthfully, I'm looking to getting like a 20mm or 24, you know what I mean? But still, even with the 28, it does me just fine. But don't get scared of it being APS-C. Trust me, you'll be all right. Let me guess, you got the green screen, but your results? A total mess. With Greenscreen's Essentials Part 1, I'll show you exactly how to light, shoot, and key like a pro without breaking the bank. Stop struggling and start creating. Get the results you deserve with Greenscreen Essentials. Grab it now and transform your videos today. Now, in case you don't know, the FX30 records in 10-bit 422, which means better color depth, cleaner skin tones, and more flexibility when you color grade, all right? Whether you're shooting in log or delivering, right out the camera, you'll notice the difference, trust me. Now, it also has 4K at 120 frames per second, but you gotta remember, when you start dealing with that 4K, 120 is gonna punch in, so, it is what it is. But it's there though, But dual base ISO, that's one of my biggest things that I love about this at 800 and 2500. And I'm telling you, I've even done this up to 4000 and it's still usable, and even beyond that, but I tend to not go too far, but, this camera is just a workhorse. It's amazing. So one of the latest updates that I love about this, and I missed it because I always loved it on my Blackmagic, is that now it has the 180-degree shutter angle option. That means you no longer have to calculate shutter speed when changing frame rates, all right? You set it and go, just like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. If you go to 60 frames per second, it's gonna automatically change it. You don't have to worry about it. So thank you, Sony, for real. So another amazing thing about the FX30 is that it has multiple mounting points on its own. I mean, by itself, it has multiple mounting points on the side, on the top, you know what I mean? You can easily mount mics, arms, monitors without even needing a rig. I got a small rig on it now because I like to add a handle, but you can still add a handle if you wanted to without this. But I like the protection, and it gives me more mounting points, obviously. But I'm telling you, by itself, you could pretty much still do what you gotta do. If you want to, it has the option where you could buy the extra XLR top handle, and so now you have XLR inputs, and you can do all of that stuff for professional recording in that way. But truthfully, I'll be real with you, man. The 3.5 on here sounds great. The preamps nowadays on these cameras are way more than sufficient for most of what you need. So I haven't bought the top handle. It's nice and all of that, but it's a little bit overkill for what I'm thinking. But if you want to, it's there. Now on the side, you got full-size HDMI. It gives you a reliable external monitor connection. I hate them small little mini HDMI joints. They terrible. They break a lot easily. It's just, I hated them, so I love that I got a full HDMI. And any camera nowadays, I try my best to get a full HDMI if possible, you know what I mean? And it also has dual card slots. I mean, from CF Express, which I haven't purchased, they're mass expensive, but you got your two SDs, UHS 2s you could put here, you know what I mean? And you covered, you can record both at the same time. This has everything you need, I'm telling you. Now, one of the most major things about this camera is that it doesn't overheat. It has a fan built in, just like the FX3. This really is a beast. So I gotta say, even though the FX30 has all of its multiple mounting points just built into the body itself, I think it's still smart to get a cage for it, okay? I purchased mine from Small Rig. The place for your battery is secure. You can open it up easily. It's no problem. And I purchased it because I want to build it out even more, and having a cage gives you that ability. And also it helps protect the camera, which is pretty important. And it also gives you a place to, you know, protect your HDMI, lock it down so it doesn't move a lot. You can add a handle to it. Now you can add a handle without a small rig cage, but the cage just gets you, like I said, it makes you be able to build it even, you know, better. So that's that. So what's also dope is it gives you multiple ways to record it. Like in the top right there, you hit record, all right? And then in the back, it has a tally light there. I believe that's what they call it, that lets you know it's recording. Even in the front of it, you got another recording button. Hit that, and then it lets you know you're recording right there on the top. And even on the screen, which I forgot to show, but the screen actually has a red square letting you know it's recording, and you don't have to worry about it. My A7 IV, which I'm filming with right now, I love my A7 IV, but it overheats all the time, especially if you're internal recording 60 frames per second. After about 30 minutes, sometimes overheat, you know, so I had to buy a cooler for it, you know, so it doesn't overheat, because I do love the camera, but I don't care what nobody say, it's not reliable for, you know, long-term stuff if you're recording internally. Usually I've had some crazy situations where my A7 IV started overheating at a bad moment when I'm working, getting paid. And what do you tell your client when your camera's not working and you missing a shot? And this time it was different from missing a shot. I was recording somebody doing dental work for one of my clients. But anyway, back to the FX30. So if you're looking for a camera that gives you professional features at half the price, I'm talking about half the price, you know what I mean? This is it. It's got great image quality and it's versatile. You can build it up, break it down. The dual cards, the fan, it's not gonna overheat. It got the screen thing, whatever you call that, it turns in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it for you, man. You should really consider getting the FX30, because this is a workhorse for everything, for your events, for your weddings, podcasts, tutorials like this. This is a beast, and I'm gonna just keep saying it. And don't let the whole full frame thing throw you off. Trust me. You pair the right lens with this stuff, and you're fine. You're not even gonna know the difference pretty much. So make sure you leave a comment below. You know, I love to see what your thoughts are. So remember to subscribe, hit the bell on the side so you get notified on time. And like I always say, it is what it is. And if you're still here after all of this, because I'm sure some people just gone, you know what I mean? I want to thank you for being a part of the channel. If you're not subscribed, would appreciate if you would subscribe, share, like, all those things, you know what I mean? Because they really do make a difference. Thank you again. Be blessed. Have a great day. And I got a lot more coming. We shoot films. I'm out, y'all.